Welcome, friends, to Golf is a Four-Letter Word. Approaching the tee box now, your host, Craig Dufton.
Hey, happy Sunday to you, Jeanine. Welcome back.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Ben, how are you? Happy Halloween to you. Oh, hey, studio audience coming in. Hey, come on in. It's free today.
They're staggering in
It's free.
with their
next time-
Halloween
Sunday.
hangovers.
Hello. Next time, be on time, please. We start promptly here at 11 o'clock. Daylight savings.
According to Billy's watch,
Okay.
they're on time.
You guys all set? Can I get you anything? No? You sure? Can I do the podcast now? Yeah? Double sure? I love all of you. I'm just joking. My family's here. Hey, we're here today with Josh Frias, and we're here with Dr. Kenneth Gabriel. The three of us got the chance to play Far Corners Golf Course. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but I wanted to introduce the two of you. Welcome, good morning, and thanks for being on our podcast.
Morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Why don't you tell our live studio audience today, by the way, it's getting bigger every week. We go up 33% every week. Last week we went up 50%.
Thank you.
Yes, good stuff. Why don't you tell a little about yourself, Josh?
Yeah, live in Salem, New Hampshire, work for Fairway Independent Mortgage as a residential mortgage broker. Our office is right on the line of Wyndham and Salem off of Route 28. And I've been doing it for a long time. Enjoy the business, enjoy helping people get money to buy houses. It's
Nice.
great.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for being here. And Dr. Kenneth Gabriel, how are you, sir?
Very good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. So I'm the owner of Gabriel Chiropractic Office here in Salem, New Hampshire. I've been a lifelong resident of Salem. I grew up in Salem and happy to come back here to Salem to practice and take care of the people that took care of me when I was young. And we like to focus on certain things in our office. Golf injuries is one of them.
All right.
Certainly.
Well, I think we're going to be
great.
talking to Dr. Kenneth a lot more over the next couple of months. In the wintertime, he's going to teach you how to keep your body fit so that you can play better golf in the spring.
I'd love to do that.
So we are going to...
Sounds great.
Welcome to the both of you. It's so great to have you. And Jen, you're like a rose between three thorns, you know? And Ben, four thorns over there.
He knows just what to say.
So we had the pleasure of finally, by the time Josh got here, playing Far Corners Golf Course. We had an 8:20 tee time. Josh decided that 8:25 was the best time to show up for an 8:20 tee time.
That was generous.
Yeah.
25.
And Dr. Kenneth, I should say, is already in the middle of the fairway when Josh and I happened to show up at the first tee. And we're like, hey, where's Kenny? Oh, there he is, 200 yards out.
Yep.
So why don't you tell him the
He was
story,
ready.
Josh, of what happened? You were so eager to tell it a few minutes ago.
Well, I'm
when
notoriously
we weren't
late.
live.
You know, I'm notoriously late for everything anyway. Dr. Ken will certainly attest to that over the years.
Absolutely.
But this one was extra late because I totally took a wrong turn and ended up in whatever the town next to Boxford is because I didn't go the right way. So it was a lot of very fast driving down some back roads that I had never been on before, but we made it.
Stressful.
We made it.
Yeah.
It was a good day.
That's okay. I had to go into the line twice. In Massachusetts, it's they're very COVID safe. We will shout that out for being COVID safe at Far Corners.
Yep.
But I had to stand in line and go every 6 feet to pay for my thing. And there are a lot of people that play this golf course. I mean, there's 27 holes
Looks
at this
nice.
golf course, and there's people all over the place, just shooting all over. You don't know which tee you're starting at.
There's 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're playing 27 over there.
Yep. And it's a Bill Flynn golf course. We know the Flynns. We did our first podcast was actually the other Joanne Flynn's golf course, which is Wyndham Country Club. So this is her brother Bob's golf course, which was her father Bill golf course, who is like
I didn't know that.
a legendary Massachusetts golfer, big time New England Hall of Fame. If just Google Bill Flynn and you'll get all the information that you can on him. But a good family, and he was great for New England golf. Overall, though, how did you guys like the golf course?
I thought it was great. I mean, that day in particular was an excellent day weather-wise. We started to see the leaves turning, so we just had a lot of nice picturesque views on different holes.
Yeah.
I loved how it was kind of up and down, especially I think the second 9 that we played, which I believe was called the Heron.
It is called the Heron. That's correct. The Fox, Heron, and the Hawk. Three different golf courses.
Your first shot on that first tee box is straight uphill.
Yeah.
And then your first shot on the next hole was basically
Straight
out
back
to
down
what
that
becomes
hill.
down a hill.
Yeah.
Wow.
And-
Down the other side of that hill,
Yeah.
basically.
And
Yeah.
those were definitely the two funnest holes that I think we played that day. It was great.
I think so too. What do you think?
Yeah, just I thought it was a good course. You can really swing it there. I really enjoy that first 9 holes. You can really pull the driver out of the bag and really take a nice swing and not have too many worries. And one thing in particular that stuck out to me was, number one, when everybody was late and I was the only one there. That
Technically, I was in the parking lot very, very early.
It was
so
really
I
awkward because Craig and I
apologize.
didn't know each other, and Josh hung us out to dry. So I didn't want to lose our spot because there was 2 gentlemen really pushing me off the tee box. First of all,
Yeah.
and but I do want to say one of the nicest things was the ranger came out to me, and I was there, and I said, "Hey, my friends aren't here yet." He said, just go ahead, he goes, just go ahead and feel comfortable. Go ahead and hit. He goes, I'll send them out to you or I'll have them catch up to you. He goes, I don't want you to be stressed out. You're here for you. That's what the ranger said to me.
Wow.
See,
And
we have to do segments like this because we had a great ranger at Crystal
like
Lake
that.
too. She lost one of her golf clubs and like 9 holes later, right there she comes down like the Lone Ranger coming down the fairway. She's like, I got your club, and we're like, oh my god,
I don't do that anymore.
We got to do
Whenever-
we'll do like a Lone Ranger segment where a ranger really sticks out at us because
It's not
After
always
I do
like
my,
that.
No,
after I
they're-
hit, I go 1, 2, 3. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back in the car.
And he was nice enough to come out and he said, why don't you just step to the side? Your friends are going to tee off.
Yeah.
Let these guys go in front of you. Actually, no. They let you guys tee off in front of those 2 guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it worked out.
It was good.
It ended up being good. And, on that.
After 2 balls, it worked out for me.
And Craig did really well.
My
you
first
said?
one, I deposited into the water like 3 feet in front of me.
Craig's-
So it was great.
streaky, right?
We laugh it
So-
up over there, kitchen.
He's got some words to say. Over
Well,
here.
you're very streaky, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about mood, and your mood can swing from one bad shot to one good shot.
No, I have no
Yeah.
idea what you're talking about.
And he loves to, I hate this game, I'm never going to play again. And next thing you know, he sticks one 10 feet from the pin, and oh man, I love this game. So it's a very emotional roller coaster.
He often sells his golf clubs. I'm selling my clubs.
Nobody,
I'm never using these clubs
And let's
again.
point it out, nobody remembers their bad shots, okay?
Yeah.
They always remember their good shots.
Like Tracy says.
Yeah. Just like in poker, nobody remembers your bad poker hands. They remember your good poker hands. You
Tell
don't remember
Tracy's line.
You don't, in Keno, I won $1,300 in Keno. How much money have I lost in Keno? I have no idea. I don't care. I won $1,300.
Yeah.
I could have lost $16,000 for all I
To get
know.
to that
And to get to that
$1,300.
$1,300,
Yeah.
but I'm a winner.
Yeah.
And
There you
Tracy
go.
said, don't
What?
count all of her bad shots.
Yes.
She's a really good golfer.
That's right. That should be the theme of our podcast. Honestly, we should have it underneath that says, if we took away all my bad shots, I would have had a pretty good round.
Yeah.
It's true. I do like golf courses where you can hit driver. This season I've tried to hit driver more. I suck at it, but I like the idea of being, if I get it right, even if it's left or right, I'm further down the fairway. I've been very conservative with, all right, it's 300 yards. I'm going to take out a 5-iron or something like that. But I like courses where you don't have the risk, so much when you're, for the first few holes, then it, it can challenge you. Like the back 9 here challenged us. I mean, except for the 10th hole. I'm not as big a fan of the 10th hole as you are because your ball was in the fairway. But Dr. Ken and I were over to the
in the
right,
driving range.
which happened to be the driving range, right? So this golf course has a driving range, and then there's the 10th hole, and there's no discernible difference between the fairway stops and then the driving range begins. So there's 12,000 balls out there. And I watch my ball go from left to right. It goes 25, 30 feet off the fairway. And I'm like, okay, I might as well I should have just taken one of those range balls
That's it.
off the tee and hit it.
Your attitude was perfect.
Yeah.
Your attitude before we even get up there was, I'm going to where I think my ball is, and I'm just going to play the first one I see.
Yep.
I thought that was a good attitude.
Listen, it's white, it's round.
Close enough.
Yeah.
It was close
Yeah.
enough. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Well, don't put
least you had a good
don't put a
attitude.
driving range next to a hole, and people aren't going to be.
You know
able
what?
to
I don't even
do
have a
that,
problem
you
with
know?
that. Like, how about put a fence up? Like, run a couple of poles up there. I mean, I love the golf course. I'm not going to badmouth the golf course at all, but
Listen, I was able to fill
Either
up
that
on some
or,
nice
like-
balls in my bag. I don't know why you're complaining. I was up
Ken-
5.
Dr. Ken's driving range will be opening soon next week, so you can go check him out in Salem.
Yeah.
Batting cages and golf driving range.
Yep. Hey, how about that green on 10 though? Jeez, what a green on the side of the hill there. It was tough read.
There was an evil. That was an evil pin placement day.
Yes.
I don't know why. I swear to God, I don't know what happens, but how angry some maintenance guys are. Like, this is your job, is to make the course beautiful for people. And no offense to them, because I know they all work hard, but you don't have to get mad at golfers, because if you don't have any golfers messing all the stuff up that you need to fix, it's a big cycle. You know what I mean? It's a, what do they call that? A symbiotic relationship?
Yes.
Bionic relationship?
Symbiotic.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Symbiotic.
You said it
That's
right.
right.
Ben? All right, thanks.
Symbiotic.
That word. I don't want to talk really. I don't want to bring the level of this podcast up to smartness. I just want to keep it at a nice casual golf level.
Sure.
Because we do have a doctor on here.
I was trying to
impress.
the doctor's opinion first.
That's our first doctor.
He's not a doctor.
Isn't that
He's not a real doctor.
It's our first doctor.
Good one.
He's not a real
Craig, I'm
doctor.
not a real doctor until they can't stand up straight
Right.
and play 9 holes the next day. Then all of a sudden, the phone rings off the hook.
Listen,
and everybody's looking for help.
I wasn't creeping on you on Facebook, but I was kind of creeping on you on Facebook.
Uh-oh.
And I liked your the one about the kid who you caught his back was.
Actually,
Tell me about that, man. That's actually, I know it's got
It's a
nothing to
great-
do with golf, but
I
it's
just
a cool
started to
story.
look at it.
You know, it is a great story. You know, what we see nowadays, we're seeing a lot of specialization. And I'm a baseball coach. I'm a baseball guy. I love
Team New England.
I love 4 seasons of baseball. But
Yep.
what we see orthopedically speaking is that these kids are playing 4 seasons of the same sport.
Repetitive
That
injuries
repetitive
and stuff.
use. And so when you get a 13-year-old kid with a back problem, something's typically not right.
Right.
You treat him for a few visits. If he's not better in a few visits, the red flag goes up. We were able to get him in the MRI unit, and we found a very early, subtle stress fracture in his lower back, which if that had gone on any longer, it could have set him back a couple of seasons. This is a very good basketball player. Is probably headed to a Division I situation at some point when he gets the call. He's already 6'2". You know, his growth was so quick.
Right.
You know, we tend to see these injuries with the growth plate issues at that young age. So it was good that we identified it, got him to the right specialist right away. And you know what happened? He ended up being in a back brace, lost that season, but it ended up being a COVID situation where they didn't play anyway. So the timing ended up working out really well for that particular individual. And he was able to heal up over the COVID situation and
Awesome.
wear that
The few
brace.
positives that we can take out of COVID is
Yeah.
like stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. So that was a good catch.
And was he in high school?
Awesome.
He's
beginning high school?
8th grade.
Eighth grade.
Oh, wow.
Eighth
Wow.
grade.
Well, good call.
Josh happens to know the family as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Great family.
It was a good call, man.
My dad was an athletic director.
Don't say the name. HIPAA.
No, of course not. Of course not.
No,
But
I didn't say it either. I got a
Yeah, it was
HIPAA.
good.
I got a HIPAA at home here too. Janine's a mammographer.
Yeah.
So
You know what's really
can't
interesting?
talk about people's boobs.
That was whoa.
Just saying.
Whoa.
Sorry, Dr. Kenneth. This is a golf podcast.
I'm
I
blushing.
apologize.
My 4th stress fracture this year. You know, in someone under the age of 15.
Wow.
So
My
it's
dad-
not a fluke.
Oh, my
I've seen
dad's
it.
philosophy.
So
My dad was an athletic director in Methuen for 25 years.
no
and
kidding.
You know my family,
Yes,
Goslins. We
yes.
went to Salem High.
Yes.
Who do you know? I have 6
Listen,
siblings.
that's a very common.
Yeah.
The Goslins. That's a very common name.
Got French Catholics.
So
are
as a matter of
common?
fact, I live across the street from a Goslin. Bob and Stella Goslin. Do you know? I don't know.
I had an Uncle Bob, but he's not around anymore.
I know Goslin's
Did you go
a
to
common
Salem
name.
High?
No, I went to Central Catholic. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I coached at Central Catholic for 9 years. I was a sub-varsity baseball coach there.
Awesome.
Under Mark Pelletier.
But my dad always
And he's a
said play
Team New
3
England guy.
sports.
Like me, I did coach Team New England too.
My dad always said play
Back in the
3
day.
sports.
So
I did field hockey, basketball, track.
absolutely. You know, from a medical standpoint, that would be
Yeah, it develops you. Yep.
You have
Different
to
muscles.
train different
well-rounded
muscles.
athlete.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you don't want to be so specialized that if you're now trying to pick something else up,
You know,
and just
especially
can't do it at all.
take it from parents that have gone through it with 2 kids that played specialized in baseball and they did play basketball though in the wintertime and you know, in track, and they did some other different things. I mean, there's so many kids out there competing for all the stuff that you think you're going to get. And
Oh, it's so
unless you
different
really,
from when
really,
we were
really,
young.
really, really believe your kid is something special, I mean, and I
We're in the
understand it.
Northeast.
Everybody loves it, but you go down and play baseball teams down in Florida and California that have been playing together since they were in 8th grade. Same thing in golf. I mean, we play up here in the Northeast in golf, and we get nothing for a season compared to what they get down in the wintertime. So they're playing on real golf courses all the time, and we're playing
Virtual. Virtual.
Right.
Virtual golf.
Virtual golf.
Yep.
I crushed that drive.
I played Pebble Beach like 7 times last winter.
Yeah.
That's right.
In Atkinson.
Virtually.
We're going to talk about that, though. It's another podcast.
We have the Masters coming up, too.
Yep.
That's exciting for us.
Yep. Next week, right?
Yep.
The Masters, for people like Ben who don't know what the Masters are.
Oh, come on.
They
knows.
did push it to November. I think it's going to be interesting watching the Masters in November.
Right.
You know what one of my favorite things of that golf course was? I thought the greens were terrific.
Oh, awesome.
I thought the greens were in great shape.
Nice.
For a golf
did a
course
nice job.
with as many rounds and as many members as they have, it's pretty impressive, actually. And it's really West Boxford too. It's not even, I don't even know where regular Boxford is compared to West Boxford, but I feel like
It's a big area, but it's very swampy. If you look on a map of Boxford, there's a lot of wetlands down there.
I mean, it's got. If that's not the highest point in Boxford, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
We were up. There's some pictures rolling through that. This par 5 we played, you're hitting, and it's like looking like down. You're looking downhill at the green, but your second shot is kind of hitting to that hill, so you don't know how far down the hill you go, and it can.
Well,
And you had a great drive there, but it hit just the edge of the thing, and not only did it go down, but it sloped this way. It was like being the back nine. That back nine was like a roller coaster ride.
Yep.
That par 4. What was the par 4? That ridiculous one on the way back. Hold on, I got to find it here. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I think it was one of the highest handicapped scores.
It was ridiculous.
Holes on the course.
Yeah. Oh yeah, commercial. I'm getting. That was a podcast first for me.
While you look that up,
Listen, why
don't we go to a commercial
you know what,
break?
Ben? God, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder why we have Ben around, and then I'm
Now
like,
you know.
bing, light bulb goes off. I love you, Ben. I don't know what we'd do without you. I'd be like still uploading our first episode. All right, let's go to a commercial. Ann Cummings is going to talk to you for about a minute. Ben's going to talk to you about Ann, actually.
Have you already put away your golf clubs in favor of your snow shovel? Well, if you live here in New England, that is probably already the case. Living up here year-round is not conducive to living your ideal golf lifestyle. With our friends from Golf Life Navigator and Realtor Ann Cummings, we can live our ideal golf lifestyle all year long. Golf is alive and well all year in the Sunshine State, and they will find your forever home, or even just your snowbird home, right on some of the best golf courses Florida has to offer. Stop thinking about your next great golf adventure and take the first step today by contacting Ann Cummings at 603-770-1985 or email at annsellsunshine@gmail.com. Ann will find you the house and course that matches your ideal golf lifestyle. Contact her today. Again, that number is 603-770-1985 or email at annsellsunshine@gmail.com. Golf Life Navigators. Finding home never felt better.
For a while.
All right, we're back.
It's my wife's first cousin.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. These two are related. So by marriage.
So yes, you hang out a lot.
Yes. Well, we were talking on the drive over here that we did. We've had some really cool experiences on different golf courses on some of our vacations.
Awesome.
And one of which was down in Aruba.
We played a Trump course in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right before the Puerto Rican Open.
Yes,
The Puerto Rico Open.
So they're putting the scaffolding up on the 18th hole.
Nice.
For the,
How hard was that
stands
course?
And everything. It wasn't hard. Everything was pretty flat.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm about 2:30 out, and I say to him, "Hey, I'm going to crank one into the scaffolding." I hit a 3-wood, ding, 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 and it bounces out like right off of the green.
What golfer can ever do that? Like, I can't hit it. I can't hit anything when I try to hit it. So,
Yeah.
just kidding.
Oh, the more you try, the worse
So
it is.
while we were on that great commercial, thank you, Ben, for that awesome commercial and segue too, by the way. It's the 14th hole or the 5th hole of the Heron course that we found to be like the most. I don't even know what to call that hole. If I ever parred that hole, I would stop playing golf.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how accomplished I would feel. You're hitting a ball straight up. It's 380 yards, and the green, the fairway is tilted this way, and beyond off the fairway is the cart path, and then off the cart path is nothing. Like it's like the 5th ring of hell is over here, right? It's bramble bush, trees, woods, everything. So your ball can start perfectly to the right, and you're pulling your ball right to left, right? It just falls off the fairway into nowhere, and it's gone.
Yep.
And you're like, and then you got to do it again, and I hit a beautiful iron shot there. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna just put it in the fairway. I put it up on the right rough. My ball never made it to the fairway to go slanting over to the left. Then I hit my next one, and it did. I'm like, how far away am I? And we're like looking. Dr. Ken's always had his GPS thing out all the time.
You said that
I'm
was
a man
pretty
of
cool.
science.
Yes.
Yep.
So
like that.
I was still like 200 and something yards out. I'm like, this hole's 380 yards long. How is it possible that I'm 200 yards out?
It was a long hole.
Yeah. And then we get on the green, and the green's like, like it's. I think
that,
I think that green was actually moving
Not
while
that
we were.
hole.
that
We were all
Yeah.
aggravated on that hole. The hole I like
if
was-
everybody went to one side of the green, it went. And then if you went back over to the other side of the green, you went. I'm like, this is the worst hole ever.
Yeah.
And it's terrible to say that because every other hole we played was really fair. I mean, they were pretty cool holes.
Yeah.
But that one was like, what were you guys thinking?
And your hole, you said?
Well, so I'm left-handed.
Par 3.
Oh, that's right.
It's different than everybody else because I'm left-handed,
Yeah.
and I think it was the 3rd hole on the Hawk course had a wicked dogleg left, and they basically said to me, "Oh man, this is your hole." We're looking at the map, and I said, "If I could just get my nice slice going over these trees." So my drive was way down towards the hole.
Yeah.
We didn't even believe how close it was to the hole by the time we got there.
Yeah.
And I ended up chipping in off the fringe for a birdie. It
Yep.
was
Nice.
my only decent shot of the whole day.
Awesome. Your claim to fame.
That's right. I was happy. 3 holes in, and then the whole rest of the day went down.
How about the
toilet.
par 5? I played under every tree. I had to do these punch shot. 3. I pushed my drive to the right. I'm underneath the tree. I had to punch it out,
Yep.
and I punch it. Nice punch shot, and then it goes to the tree again. I'm like, God damn! I get up there, I do another punch shot, and it rolls up like 6 feet from the pin. I'm like,
Yeah, you're really working that by
working
the end
the
of the
punch
day.
shot. I learned that from
Yeah,
Tiger.
but your putter was on fire that
Yeah,
day.
I
I
like
really
to-
learned something.
I taught
Is
you a
that your
little
new
bit.
putter?
Yeah. Can you
No,
believe that?
you got a
I
new
taught a
driver.
doctor something. Mom's, how proud
Oh,
of you
yes,
of me.
nice
I taught
touch.
a doctor
Very
something.
nice touch.
My mom's in the audience today. So
All right, I
she
figured somebody was
say nice
related
things
out
about
there.
me, Dr. Ken.
Brother.
Yep, my brother Bill
Sister-in-law.
right there.
Yeah.
And Judy's back there too. Hi, Judy.
Yep.
How are you? I liked the Fox course. I did like the Heron course, except for the.
Which one was first? The Fox was first?
Yeah, played Fox
time?
first. Yep. And Hawk is the one we didn't get to play. And we didn't get to eat afterwards because of the COVID-19 situation. They didn't have any food going on there.
I will tell you, I have eaten in that clubhouse, and their food is excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Excellent there. That is
Well, that's
a
good to
wonderful
know.
restaurant. I've had their lunch before. Terrific.
Well, hopefully we can go next year. I'd like to go there.
Yeah, we'll play it again. It's pretty good golf
No, there's
course.
snow on the ground.
No, there's no.
Well, they stay open year-round.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
It's literally advertised on their website that it's
Oh.
a year-round course.
If it's green, they'll play.
Right. So
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Open year
Maybe
round
we'll
when
try it.
no snow.
I believe they do a big New Year's Day tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
They do that at Wyndham, or they do that down at the
Well,
Far
I
get
Point?
some-
think both of them.
Yeah, they do.
Winter golf
They do the
gear.
Northeast. They do the Northeast Amateur tournament there all the time because he was a big. Bill Flynn was a big amateur guy. You know.
yeah.
So
Well, one thing I know about the Flynn family, I don't know how well you guys know
I
Joanne.
know Joanne very well. Yeah.
You know, what a philanthropist in this town.
Yeah.
Supports this town tremendously. Salem, in the Wyndham area, you know. and
Even Lowell, the inner city of Lowell.
she
and
is,
stuff too.
yeah, she is one fantastic person. I'm sure her
that's
siblings
very
are the
nice.
same. I don't know her siblings,
Yep.
but obviously their father did something right because they give back and give back. And if you're ever going to have a tournament, they are wonderful to work with. You know,
I did a podcast called Success in the 603, and I had Joanne on there. And if you ever get a chance, check that out because it's a great story about her. She's got quite a career herself too, and success with the
she's really nice.
NEPGA and stuff.
So was she a good player?
Well, she's always been involved in the PGA though, because her dad was big into PGA too. And there's some good stories on there about her and what she, she originally wanted to be a flight attendant, and her dad's like,
Really?
Yeah, family business for you.
Yeah.
So
She's the first
I'm glad she
female
did,
pro in New Hampshire, isn't she?
Was that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, she looks like a tremendous athlete,
Yep.
So
And a great person.
and a better person. Yeah. And a better
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So overall, what would you guys give that golf course? So say 100's like the most amazing golf course you've ever played, and
Wow.
we won't talk about a 0 golf course because there really aren't any out there. But what would you say?
I got it as like a 90, 92. I had a great day. I like the ups and downs. The greens were in great condition. Obviously, bonus points to the starter for being gracious with my
there you go.
my tardiness. So I give him a 92.
Yeah. They were very flexible on that. A lot of golf courses wouldn't be.
Listen,
they really wouldn't.
It's all about comfort. It's like gambling at a table where it's $100 a hand. You're very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You go to a table where you're paying $5. You feel much more comfortable. You're relaxed.
Still not quite comfortable, but you feel more comfortable
Correct.
than you would if you were losing. I'd rather lose 5 at a time than a hundy.
Was there a golf cart person?
No,
cocktails?
no cart girl. No.
No. Massachusetts.
boy?
I don't think they do that. I don't think they do it in Mass.
Cat girl? No.
Yeah, a little late in the season too. I'm
Nope.
sure all those.
So every week we have a quote of the week, and obviously that was brought to us by Ann and her amazing ability to get you a house down in Florida. This is our quote of the week from Mickey Mantle, an avid golfer, and he said, "He who has the fastest golf cart never has a bad lie." So
Can you say it sounding drunk like Mickey probably did?
there's another. Do we have time for another great Mickey Mantle story?
Do it.
Well, Mickey Mantle, I saw it. It was like Letterman or something, but it was Billy Martin and Mickey Mantle went to. I'm going to get it wrong and I paraphrase or whatever, but they were going to hunt on his buddy's land, and the guy had like either a lame horse or something like that. The doctor that they were going to in his land, they're upstate New York, and him and Billy Martin, they might have been drinking. I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna speak for them. But the guy said, while you're here, could you guys just do me a favor? It was either a horse or a mule or something like that, that he needed to have put down. It
was a cow.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Was it? All right, cow. You know the story?
I love Ben.
No, Google.
I'll tell you, a horse would have been
good at
much
it.
more romantic.
Jeez. Well, anyways,
I know, it's
so
like,
Mickey Mantle
cow.
went to the door and talked to the guy, and Billy was in the car. And so Mickey comes back and he's like, that son of a bitch, we drove all this way. He doesn't want to let us hunt on his land. I'm going to go get him. And he's like playing a prank on Billy Martin, right? And so he runs gets his gun and he goes into the barn and he shoots the cow, right?
Oh, no.
And he's like, I'll show that guy. And he shoots the cow. And then all of a sudden you hear another shot, and Billy Martin had shot like another one of the guy's animals. And he's like, oh, I got him. And
Oh, no.
That totally backfired on him. So drinking and hunting, probably not a good idea.
It's a terrible story.
It is a terrible story.
It's awful.
Sorry.
Ben knew
It's
too.
true, though.
By the way, I love
coming.
animals. I love animals. I love animals.
Me too. No, don't shoot
me too.
anything.
You're very positive.
Unless it's going to shoot you first, all right? You can have to defend yourself.
Sometimes those cows are pretty heavily armed.
Yes.
All right, back to golf.
Especially if they're mad cows.
I'm going to give Far Corners a thumbs up too, because I thought I give it a 90. We've played some pretty good golf courses this year. It's definitely up there. I liked the people that were there. They were all very friendly. Everyone that I talked to, the starter was a great guy. He was very gracious, and he's like gracious, but he was like, hey, we got members here behind you, and God knows you don't want to make members angry, because when you make members angry, then their job, the Rangers' job's even more miserable. So I liked it. I would play there again. I'll take Jeanine back there with me. She can enjoy it. It was a tough golf course. It was a tough golf course. It's the slope on this golf course, right? The slope that we played the middle tees, right? We played the green tees. The Fox was 126, so the average American slope is 120, and the back was 129. So those are tough slopes,
Right.
The course rating was 70.3 and 70.9, so challenging for someone who's a scratch golfer, but still, this guy I saw on their Facebook page, a guy shot 58 there this year.
Ooh. That has to be a record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
58.
Through 9.
I know. I was going to say that was my joke, Josh.
High record.
sorry.
That was my joke.
I think I
No,
might
that
have
was
approached
for
that.
that was for 18 holes, and he wasn't playing a par 3. That was the other comment that people said. Was he on the par 3 course? I'm like, no, that was 58. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We won't name names because of HIPAA. There's a golf HIPAA too.
Yeah.
Dr. Ken, thanks. We're going to have you back. Can we have you back?
I would love to come.
All right.
Yeah.
And Josh, we're going to have you
Definitely.
back too.
I have a lot to say.
All right.
I'm telling you, when we get a chance to play Club 14 or any of these other indoor
Yeah.
virtuals,
I'll play.
we can rank those too. Why
Yeah,
not?
we're going to go in.
Yeah.
We're going to go indoors when the snow comes, unfortunately, and we're going to go south too, down to.
Isn't there a restaurant too
Bonita
where
Springs.
you
There
have
is.
dinner and you
Naples.
can play golf?
Sure.
Top golf.
Janine
Yeah,
and I,
let's go
Top
there.
golf's
Yeah.
a good time. Yep.
Janine and I have to check out some stuff down south this winter.
Myrtle Beach.
Yep. So we'll see you next week. Next week, Jen and I will be back here. We're going to bring Nate back and Tracy. We're going to be at Hales Location Golf Course in North Conway, New Hampshire. Talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching.
Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.